Hey guys, it's Sad, and today I have another collection video for you. So this is a collection I bought about a week ago off of eBay, and it cost a little less. It was, let's see, $737 for this collection. It said it had 45 hollows in it. It's supposed to be almost all WotC. So 45 hollows. Hopefully most of those are in good shape. So we'll see. So it came in this box right here. So let's just get straight into it. And we have a binder. It says Game and Trading Card Album. So I guess we will, well, let's look at it. Not in the best shape, but who really cares about the binder? All I really want is good condition cards. All right, so I'm gonna lower the camera real quick and I'll get right back with you. Okay, so I got the camera lowered so that I can sit down and look at these at the same time. So we'll just start right here at the beginning. We'll start with Alakazam. So these are all, as you can see, base set. So it looks like everything's in a sleeve inside of the binder, so that's always a good sign. This looks like it's really good condition. I would say probably PSA 8, unless of course there's some bends somewhere. It looks like there's a little bit of wear right here, but I don't think it's gonna be too big of a deal. It doesn't look like it pokes all the way through. So this one should be PSA 8, maybe PSA 7. Now the Blastoise, I can't remember if it was this one or there was a base 2 one that had a little dent from the binder ring. I guess it would make more sense if it was maybe the other one, because this one doesn't really sit on a binder spot. It would be one of these 3 right here usually are the ones that get the binder dent, because it, you know, you bend on this binder ring. But then again, maybe it was this one. Maybe it was put in a binder ring spot in the past. But this base 2 Blastoise looks really nice. And sure enough, there is a binder ring bend. See it right here? That'll probably make it PSA 6. Yeah, you can see it on the other side too. But still, Blastoise, that's my favorite Pokemon. I'll put them over here so we can still see them. All right, and Chansey. That one looks nice. Clefairy. That one looks, is that a bend right there? It's about to say nice, but that might just be some sort of mark, because I'm not seeing it poke through on the other side. Can't really get the camera to focus on it like that, but I don't think that'll be too big of a deal. Probably PSA 7 if it's not a bend. Gyarados looks like PSA, well, I was gonna say 7, but it's got a binder bend on it too right there. So that probably makes it a 5, since it did have other wear and tear on it. This Gyarados looks a lot better. This one looks really nice, actually. I don't think there's any binder bends on it, but this one looks like maybe a 9. It's got some white spots down here on the bottom, but 8.5, 9. I know PSA doesn't really do 8.5s very often, but maybe they'll do one for me. Yeah, so I'm really happy so far. There's nothing too crazy. I mean, I can deal with binder bends. It's the ones that have huge creases on them that's what gets me. Try to go fast on these. I think there's 45 hollows. I don't know what else is going to be in there that's worth looking at besides that, but it looks like there's something right here on this Mewtwo. Yeah, you can see it. It's a little bend. That'll hurt the value. Probably make it a 4 or 5. But otherwise, it's a great condition card. Not too shabby. Yeah, that Nidoking looks really nice too. Looks like probably an 8, because that looks like a deep white spot right there. Deeper than usual. Alright. Oh, there's some more base. 3 more. So I don't think there were any Charizards in this collection, which is obviously that's the most valuable card you want, but it was 700 and, what'd I say, 738, I think. So if there were some Charizards, that probably would have bumped up the price a lot more. So you take what you can get. I'm happy with it. I say that, and then when we find this Raichu is the worst condition one so far. You see all that white wear, edge wear. I don't see any bends, but I wouldn't be surprised on this card. Something going right here. I don't see any bends, but still, there might be something there that I'm just not seeing because I'm going quick. That one's probably a 5 or 6, that Raichu. This Venusaur is always a nice card. Let's look at the condition. Ooh, it's got a bend. Man. Because otherwise, it's really good condition. If it wasn't for that bend, this looks like maybe a 9. That bend, that'll make it a 5 probably. Or 4. Actually, it goes all the way down, so it's probably a 3, or if I had to guess. Because you can see it right here too, on the front. Okay, so we'll look at the first edition. We'll look at some of these more valuable cards. We'll look at anything that's first edition. This Aerodactyl's seen better days. It's missing pieces from the front. That's not good. But still, anything WotC first edition holographic is definitely worth grading, in my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion, but I would say grade anything that's first edition. If you're willing to wait, the key is if you're willing to wait for bulk timelines. I wouldn't send that in quickly for quick grading at all, because you would lose your money if you're trying to make money. This Aerodactyl is a nice card, but this one got a lot of edge wear. Looks like it's got a dirt spot right there too. And it's got some scratches. This one's probably a 6. I don't see any bends on it, but assuming there's no bends, this one looks like a 6. Now, the Dragonite, that's what I really wanted to see. This is one of the most valuable cards in Fossil. And I really hope there's no bends on this one. I thought maybe there was a warp right here. Look at it outside of the sleeve. I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera. Yeah, it looks like it's warped a little bit. It's a trick. You can put it inside of a card to help. But if that's water damaged, then I mean there's really nothing you can do. But if it's got a bend to it, you can put it inside of a book for a little while, and that will help with the bend. This one's not really a high value. It's not a heavy hitter for Fossil, but we'll look at it anyway. That one looks nice. Well, I guess we'll pull them all out. Made it this far. That Hypno's really nice. That looks like a 9 right there. Kabutops. That's another middle of the road value-wise for Fossil. Alright, not bad. Lapras. Now this one is really expensive if it gets a 10. Anything else, it's really not expensive. So this one won't get a 10. You see the white spot right there. But assuming no bends, this one looks really nice. Like it would be as a chance at a 9, probably an 8, because doesn't have just one white spot on each corner. It has 2 or 3 there, 2 or 3 or 4 here. Nothing really on the center edges. The bottom corners actually look decent. Well, I say that, but there's a couple white spots on this bottom right one. But so that one would probably get an 8. Outside chance at a 9. We'll look at Magneton. We'll give him some love. Is that on the case? Yeah, that's on the sleeve. That one looks decent. Muck, another really low value card from Fossil. That one, of course, looks decent too. Raichu, that one's a little bit more expensive because Raichu's just a popular Pokemon. Looks decent. It's got a white spot there. I bet you that white spot's probably something we can wipe off on the card. Yep, there it goes. Very nice card. Zapdos. Fossil Zapdos. Looks decent. It's got some white spots, nothing too crazy. The holo got some print lines and just some regular light scratches. That's a solid 8 right there. Now, Clefable, we're getting into some jungle. I had a Clefable when I was a little kid. I don't know how I got it. I do not remember how I got it, but it said pre-release right here. So some WotC cards, a couple of them say pre-release, like the Fossil Aerodactyl, I think it's Misty's Seadra, and Clefable, just to name a few, but and Dark Gyarados, but most of them aren't any more valuable than the regular one, but Clefable is the exception. It's actually a lot more expensive. It's like hundreds of dollars now, so I don't know how I got my hands on that. I don't have it anymore. I wish I would have kept it, but I graded it and then sold it. It's one of the first cards I ever graded years ago when I first started back doing Pokemon cards. This Electrode looks nice. But yeah, I wish I would have kept that. Clefable. I still have a lot of my childhood cards though. Maybe I'll make a video one day showing those. This Jolteon looks really nice. Jolteon's a nice card from Jungle. But that one looks really nice. Like maybe, let's look at the holo, but maybe PSA 9. Yeah, that holo looks really nice too. Probably an 8, but it has an outside chance at a 9. That's a nice card. Kangaskhan. That one's decent. It's got a white spot right. Well, let's see if that's a white spot or. Yeah, I think that's a white spot. Don't want to mess with it too much because you risk making it bigger. Okay, so here is page number 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so Holo Pidgeot. This one's another middle of the road value-wise for Jungle. Yep, that's a piece of dust. But that looks nice. That could be an 8. Got some dust down here. Yeah, I can even feel that big piece right there. That looks like probably an 8. I don't see any no symbol. It's hard to remember what is in each set because I buy so many different collections and sets and different things. So if you're wondering why I don't remember if exactly what cards are in here and what I bought, it's because I'm always buying collections. I don't film all the collections, just the bigger stuff I film for you guys. Snorlax. This is probably the most expensive card in Jungle. And this one looks pretty good. Ooh, wait, what is that? That looks like a cut error down there. Look at that. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Wow. That looks like a factory cut defect. I don't remember the last time I've seen something like that. Wow, look at that. That's probably not good for grading, but if you get it graded, that could be a benefit because some people like errors and defect cards like that. So it's not necessarily just an error card, but it's got a defect, so it would be a defect card, I guess you could say. Wow, that's interesting. I'll definitely get that one graded. Probably would get an 8. See all the white spots right here? That's not from handling, that's from a dull blade at the factory because it's the whole card, and plus we saw that down there, so obviously it didn't cut correctly because the blade was dull. Over here too, but this one looks like a solid 8, whether they count off a whole bunch for that or not. We will see in a year when PSA sends these back, or more. It could be longer than that. Oh wow, this Vaporeon looks nice. This looks like an 8 as well. It does have some slight white spots over here on the left. And it's got some scratches. Got a little collection of scratches right there. It's looking at it. See, Vaporeon is looking at the scratches. Like, what are you doing? Get off my card. All right, Victreebel, one of my favorites. I love Victreebel. It's like a Venus flytrap. This one looks nice. Wow, yeah, this one's nice. Not too bad. It's not anything crazy value-wise, but I don't know. I like plants, and Victreebel, he's a plant that eats people. Kind of cool. But here is my favorite. Let's see. I know that the base Blastoise, the first one we looked at, had a ring dent on it. We'll see if this one does too. Hopefully not. But wow, this one looks nice. Got a couple white spots. I would say that's a solid, an easy 8 if it doesn't have any dents on it. An outside chance at a 9. I say that just because it does have some white spots. A couple on the edges. A couple more than you'd like to see on a 9. Let's see what the holo looks like. That Cosmos holo. You don't really see many scratches. This could get a 9. There is a slight chance it could get a 9. All right, Chansey. What do you have, Chansey? Not much in the way of white spots. That is a nice base 2 Chansey. Clefable, almost said Clefairy. Clefable looks really nice as well. Wow, I feel like these cards are getting better. And here's Clefairy. Clefairy looks nice as well. What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. It's not a bend. I don't know. Guess it's just missing the paint. Missing paint right there too. This one probably is a 7. It's no big deal. Clefairy's not worth a lot. All right, so we got a lot more base 2s. Of course, this one looks good too. This one looks like a 8 to 9. Magneton. Missing a piece. Ooh, that's not good. That probably makes it a 5 or 6. That's okay. Magneton's not worth a lot anyway. Nidoking. Base 2. Looks really nice. This one's probably an 8, maybe a 9. Very nice card. His Girlfriend, Nidoqueen, looks just as good, if not a little better. Not bad. Pidgeot. Got some white spots down there. So if anybody doesn't already know, this one looks like a 7. Base set 2 is a combination of 2 sets, cards from 2 sets. It doesn't have all the cards, but it's a lot of the cards from either jungle or base set. There's no fossil. There's no fossil in base 2. Just jungle and just base set. This Poliwrath is nice. 3 more hollows, and then we'll be probably done. That one's got a cool swirl right there. Wow, these base 2 cards are really nice. Wigglytuff. This one is really expensive in a PSA 10 just because it's really hard to get it because of this white background. White background scratch really easily and have lots of factory print lines on it, so there are not very many PSA 10s in the world. That's why it's expensive. And last but not least, we have Zapdos, base 2 Zapdos. This one looks decent as well, probably PSA 8 just because it has white spots on the corners. All right, so really quickly, we're already at 21 minutes. Let's see what we have. So here are a bunch of rare, non-holo rares, commons, and uncommons from the various sets that we just went through: base, jungle, fossil, and base 2. Let's not mess up my holos there. But yeah, not too bad at all. There's a Flareon non-holo. It would have been nice to get a holo. Still can't complain. This was a really nice set. If you were happy with what you saw today, please give a thumbs up. And question of the day, what was your favorite card that you saw today? Let me know in the comments. What was your favorite card that you saw today? And thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.